friends, family, and strangers. Today we are on leg 4 of our epic quest to go chase waterfalls all around beautiful Ohio. Our last day on the 4-day journey to go see the 10 waterfalls featured in Volvio magazine. See? Wouldn't lie to you. And I'm kind of happy that the trip wraps up today. Not because it wasn't fun. Not because I don't enjoy the falls and the beautiful pictures I can get with them. But because it's just a little too hot and sticky and gross in Ohio right now. So perhaps I'll do it again in a 2-day shot in the fall. But until then, gather your things, hop in the truck, and let's do it. Today's soundtrack is High Infidelity by REO Speedwagon. I hate to be the barrel of bad news, but a trip into Hocking Hills just wouldn't flow right without first stopping at the old Dutch restaurant. Not too many people here parked in front of the restaurant, which is fantastic. And that is because I'm here on a random weekday at high noon. I thought I would offend somebody potentially in the old country restaurant with my Child's Play 2 shirt, but actually one of the hostesses said, "I love your shirt." Do you know what me and that hostess love other than this shirt? That is the chance to get us some antiques. The fun thing about antique shops is not the fact that stuff is old, but the fact that stuff is unique. Such as a mystery box, item 103. This half of the mystery box is $5.95, but this half is $9.95. Someone is definitely trying to sell their entire Toby Keith album collection. About half of these in both piles are Toby Keith. Even his Christmas music. I would love to buy the big boy, but I don't walk around with $1,000 on me. So just buy Jimmy Carter instead? See you later. No, you're not. I gotta bring one in. Oh, I'll be back. I got no barrel. I sold a barrel. Oh, cool. I do love all things Squatch, but these have been ruined with Bingy's logos. Here is what would have been a $300 Longaberger basket with liner and protector. Now valued at 10 bucks. I still get tons of comments on my Longaburger video. The Mansfield Reformatory, Ohio Reformatory in Mansfield, aka Shawshank Prison, is on my list. We will be there soon. Where that movie, if you didn't know, was shot. I didn't know Ronald Reagan won American Idol. About an hour later, I got out of that store with only 12 bucks spent. Did pretty good for me. On to some waterfalls, hopefully. But before we do that, let's gather up another helpful handful of pamphlets and brochures here at the Hocking Hills Visitor Center. Look, I found the first waterfall of the day. If you have never heard of a pencil sharpener museum, the time is now. Apparently, it's a small room filled to the brim with pencil sharpeners. A good friend of mine growing up had that exact Tasmanian devil pencil sharpener in his bedroom, and we used it. These, of course, were a lot of the common ones in classrooms when I was a children's. And basically, getting up to sharpen your pencil was more about getting out of your seat and waking yourself back up than it was actually sharpening your pencil. My favorite thing about the Pencil Sharpener Museum is the wonderful air conditioning. That's a relief. You might have earned extra credit in school if you had a pizza slice pencil sharpener. If you had 12 pizza slice pencil sharpeners, then you were the best student ever. One of the problems I'm having with this particular day of filming is that there's too many odd things to stop and look at, such as whatever that is. The world's most odd-looking dam. And damn what a dam it is. And do you see that? That is called dark, still water, which is literally what my first name, Douglas, means. Douglas means dark, still water. And my last name, which is not Nation, which some people think it is. My last name actually in real life is Crabtree, which means cantankerous neighbor. We are finally at our first waterfall of the day. As you know, yesterday we stopped with waterfall number 9 on the list. But today we're starting it off with number 2. And that is Upper Falls of Old Man Caves. Let's go check it out. Damn it. I even brought my swim trunks. Can you hear that car alarm in the distance? I know it's not my car because my horn hasn't worked on that Ford Focus ever. So there you have it. That is number 2 on the list. Upper Falls at Old Man Caves or something like that. I would love to explore that bridge over there, but access denied. You know me, I never pass up the chance to climb 10,000 steps. Somewhere in that direction there was supposed to be Old Man's Cave, which, if I remember right, is a big cave you can walk inside of. Plenty of people stepped over the rope and kept going. Not me. I don't need to learn the hard way why it was closed off. I'm not here for caves anyways. I'm here for water, baby. I highly advise you to pause and read this story.
It's my yearly break-in.
Let's wander into this building and see if we can find some water that doesn't taste like hot plastic. That's happened about one time in my life.
Thank you. Thank you.
There is one more waterfall on the list that is in this same park, and that is Lower Falls at Old Man's Cave. You know me, I never miss the chance to climb 10,000 stairs. I guess I should have actually looked in the magazine to see if Lower Falls was listed at a whole different address. And I could have just drove there. But hey, what are you gonna do, huh? Look, if I can do all these trails in flip-flops plus a hot turd in the chamber, you can too. So come on down to Hocking Hills State Park which is in the Hocking Hills region of Ohio, and visit Old Man Caves. Hey kids, want to go ahead and add 3 more miles onto today's venture? Maybe some other time. See that pea trickle behind me? I want to stand under it so bad because it is hot and gross out here. You know me, I never miss the chance to climb 10,000 stairs. So either they built 2 welcome centers or it loops around. Was that you or me? I'm gonna start calling this park the land of steps. It's every shot. There's steps going up and steps going down. Every shot. Every shot I take, there's a crap load of steps, and I'm out of breath, 'cause I'm old and fat. As much as I do feel safe, in reality, this sketchy cliff stone step stuff, cliffstone step stuff, is actually not that safe. If you lived close by and walked this entire trail up all these steps every day, you would be more fit than the Marines. Right now, it appears that this is the end. However, I've been following signs, so let's see if it goes somewhere. Did the sign back there not say visitor center? But this one just says, don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. What a great place for a drinking fountain, if only. This is getting extra sketch up here. In order to keep going, I have to crawl through there on the side of this cliff. And since that's not happening, I think I'm walking the entire way back. So up this way, where I just was, I did not notice at all, obviously, that you could go into that black hole. And since there's 0 signage, I went straight. The ceilings are really low right here. This is a head smasher for sure. And of course, 0 lights. I don't even know where the steps are at this point. There's a light at the end of this tunnel. Shine the light at the end of this tunnel for me. So I'm standing here inside of the earth with what used to be that way and what will be that way. And I stopped here to take a couple pictures. Then I realized I was in no hurry because there's a little tiny cool breeze that comes through here. And my eyes have adjusted just a little bit where I don't think I'm going to be eaten by a cave monster like I originally thought I was going to. We made it. Once again, zero signage to say which way you're supposed to go. You really would have to hike here often to have a clue what these signs are talking about. As you saw, I just came up the long, creepy cave stairwell. As soon as I got to the top, there was a giant sign right in front of my face that said, "Wrong way, do not enter." I thought perhaps that was BS, so I kept going and quickly found this one that says, "Stay on trail one way." Well, you know me. I do love a good guessing game, so why not? Some of the waterfalls on this list have been like that. Some have been underneath popcorn shops in a congested little downtown village. Who knows? And the most beautiful thing in this entire park, sugar and salt. I try not to be someone who complains all the time, but this needs to be said about this particular park. Hocking Hills State Park at Old Man Caves. There are 3 or 4 trailheads that say one-way trail starts here. But there is 0 in the signage to indicate, and really the maps are confusing too. All the one-way trails merge together eventually, and they all end up right back here, kind of where you start. And there's only one visitor center, apparently, and none of the signage indicates that little fact. When they say plenty to discover at this park, I think what they mean is you'll have no clue what's going on until you just figure it out on your own as you waste half your day. And since it takes an hour and a half for me to get here, with that said, I think I'll walk the one-way trail one more time. One good thing about being lost out here until you eventually discover the hard way, the layout, is that you can kind of walk fast your second time through and completely pass up really loud, annoying groups like the one behind me. I don't know if I can call this my favorite park of the 4-day venture out here chasing waterfalls, but it might be by definition because this is the first one that I have volunteered to take a second trip through. This looks familiar. That's the way I went last time, and this is the way I did not go last time. Well, there's one definite good thing about doing it twice, is you can take a whole different route to capture a whole different part of your video. That group behind me asked me if they could go down through the creepy tunnel, and I told them, yeah, you have to. And there's another one coming up that veers off to the left toward the end. And I was talking about the first way I went. As soon as I said that, I passed them, and they watched me go this way, which is a separate route. So if they keep following me, they're going to get lost, just like I am right now. So I turned around so I could come back to this, which is where I'm familiar. And that same group, as soon as they saw me, they must have identified me as their guide from last time. They said, "Oh my God, there he is." And they asked me if they were going the right way. And I said, "I think this is a shortcut, but if you want to go the other way, like I'm about to go, it'll give you the full panoramic." They so thought I was a local, which tends to happen to me on these trips. So basically, if you want to come to the Hocking Hills State Park, go to the big visitor center building. It's 2 stories tall. It's how you know you're in the right place. Apparently there's only one. Go right out through the front of it, follow the one-way trail, and keep following the signs that say Lower Falls. And that takes you right back to the same building after about 11 hours of hiking. And go up the steps and go through the caves. And remember, the one cave step thing, scary thing, veers off to the left, because if you go straight, you fall off a cliff. And who knows, maybe one day they'll add signs to let you know that. But until then, you got me. I should just buy a big passenger van and offer tours from my town, clear down here, through this particular trail, and then back home. You can park your car in my driveway. I'll provide lunch. You bring your own Capri Suns. I did feel like a big D-bag when I passed up about 4 groups of people, because before you can pass them, for a couple minutes, you got to walk right behind the last person, which is very uncomfortable for them. But see, I thought people were more like me. If someone was up that close, you would just pull over. Hocking Hills State Park at Old Man Caves. A park you'll walk through once completely confused, then walk through again just to say you got the chance to walk through it without being confused. Whew. Definitely bring a backpack filled with ice and water. So here's that cave I was talking about. Again, the one we already saw. But I figured this time we'd go through it in one long shot. But keep ducked down the entire time, because the ceilings in some parts are very low. And some parts have completely missing handrails. So give your eyes time to adjust. You could cheat and bring a flashlight, but that would take away some of the about to die at any moment experience. What I do for you. What I do for you. If you gave tours at this park, you'd be in such good shape. That was fun. Let's never do that again. They should put a splash park up in front of the big visitor center with sprayers and misters and drinking fountains. Just charge $1 for people to walk through it. They would make a fortune. I'd have already spent $10 by now. I ran into that group a third time. And they were saying, I have no idea where we're at. And several groups along that second run, I've noticed, since I'm actually aware of people around me this time, are saying the same thing. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where this trail goes. Anyways, I ran into that same group again for the third time, and I told them, right in front of you is the visitor center where you started. And they said, oh, we took a big loop. And I said, yeah, but make sure you get back to the start point before 5 o'clock, because your chances of nice cold drinking water out of the fountain go away at 5 o'clock. The visitor center is now closed, biatch. Luckily, there's really hot, super intense plastic tasting water in my car. Okay, last but not least is number 3 on our list, Cedar Falls. It is right down the road from the park we were just at. So I'm here already, and that feels nice. The only problem is the address that Ohio Magazine gives kind of dumps you off in the middle of nowhere. So you have to kind of assume that you can park here where I parked, and hopefully you can walk to where this is. So we're going to go ahead and implore the help of good old Google Maps for this one, boys and girls. A thing of pure beauty. Note to self, come back and explore this 4th day, aka these 3 waterfalls, in the late fall or winter when it is nice and crisp out. Because this humidity and this heat is annoying. But anyways, I thought I would give you a little sneak a peek at the wedding gazebo before I head that way to Cedar Falls. At least that's where I think it is. Hard telling, can't get a signal out here, which is probably a good thing. We're a little too plugged in these days, right? I thought about editing out all the parts where I am lost and complaining about being lost to make it seem like I am your legendary tour guide. But, that would take away from the authenticity, wouldn't it? If I run into that same group that I ran into 3 times at Old Man Caves, I'm going to accuse them of stalking me at this point. Or ask for their number, become lifelong friends. Either way, it could go either way. So I guess we will follow the yellow trail, Cedar Falls Trail. This apparently is where I'm at now. We will pass Queer Creek and go right back down to the exit, which should bring us, I don't know, I guess down the road again and have to walk back up. Since we are following the Cedar Falls Trail, which is yellow, in this case, we will disregard any indications of purple and blue and follow the yellow brick road, which goes this way. We have finally, after 4 long days, made it to our last waterfall on the list. We do need some rain in order for this particular waterfall to shine. But you know what? I'll take it. It's still beautiful in its own way. After seeing that giant snapping turtle, I would say the no swimming rule here is a pretty good rule. The only good thing about being this close to the waterfall is that I am in a ton of people's pictures right now. But hey, I've had to put up with that all day, so why not? Doesn't that make you just want to go to Comfort Inn, Splash Harbor, and Bellevue and just sit under the waterfall and fall asleep in a nice chlorine shower? It's time to say goodbye to our last waterfall. Bye, little trickle. It's been good. It's been long. It's been tedious. It's been hot. It's been sweaty. And it has been cardio aerobic. Again, follow the yellow brick road and don't bump your head. This is the part of the show we call Crouching Hiker Hidden Enthusiasm. Before this rock leans and falls one way or the other, let's hike around it real quick. And you know me, I never miss the chance to ascend 10,000 steps. All 10/9 waterfalls in 4 days. Not the best choice I ever made. But, hey, what are you gonna do? We made it. So thank you very much for taking this 4-day hike/road trip with me. It has been fun and hot. I will never do that again, but I will come back to some of these locations on individual or passing by trips. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to smash that like button, drop kick the subscribe button, and tell all your buddies about my new content. We're posting one every day. Not really. A little cold.